Welcome to the Mazda Postgame Show.
It came down to the wire here in Tampa. Jameis Winston with the last-ditch effort, and Cyrus Jones comes up with a nice play as the Patriots hold on to win 19-14 to improve to 3-2. And a reminder, Chris Hogan will be coming up here on the Mazda Postgame set. He now is tied for the league lead with Jordy Nelson in touchdowns. Welcome in, everybody, to the Mazda Postgame Show. I'm Amber Theo Harris, along with a bunch of Hall of Famers here. Deion Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Michael Irvin, and Steve Smith Sr. And we spoke so much, gentlemen, about this Patriots defense that came into the game worst in the league, but they had a solid performance tonight.
Yes, they did. We talked a whole bunch about this defense. I told you guys in the pregame, be ye not deceived. When it's all over, this Patriot team will be in it. And they stepped up tonight. This defense stepped up. You know they were tired of hearing everything that everybody talked about all week. They gave up an average of 32.5 points in the first few games. This game, only 14. Even if you add on the 3 missed field goals and give them 23, that's still about 10 points less than they're usually giving up.
And you were one of those people, Steve, that spoke about this defense coming in. What went right for them?
Well, what went right is Derek Cutter didn't do a very good job of scheming offense. I mean, just watching the game, you know, what New England didn't do all the 4 games, all of a sudden they come out here and they look like the steel curtain. That wasn't the case. The case was they did not scheme a lot of good offensive plays. They didn't go into bunch formation. They kind of tried to force the ball to Deshaun Jackson at times where it shouldn't have been in coverage. There was coverage 2, cover 4. They were running routes. I mean, the last play, you knew he had to go down the middle, but he threw a blind throw, which was not open. So a lot of those mistakes, and they got a lot of pass rush on a team that generally wasn't sacking the quarterback much. So it was one of those games where it was kind of fickle.
I find it hard to really figure out. I don't know if it was as much New England played good defense or if Tampa just didn't make enough adjustments when they figured out, oh, they're not playing all man. I really don't know. Tampa was not efficient tonight. I didn't feel like they were as sharp as I had seen them on tape.
The plays offensively, I agree with you, Steve, was very simplistic for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the takeaways are, please find a way to get the ball vertical to Deshaun Jackson. He makes things happen. Secondly, defensively, the Tampa Bay, they mustered up a rush. I don't know where they got a rush from, but it came early and it came often. I'm pleased with that. But for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots defensively, like you said, they really look great. I don't know if it was good because of playing Tampa Bay or the adjustments they made in this past week.
Well, either way, the Patriots win, and congratulations to Tom Brady, who now is tied for the most wins in NFL history. For more on the game, let's go up to Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
All right, Amber, thank you. And it was almost a wild finish here. 18 yards out, 1 throw, last play. If you're Jameis Winston, what are you walking off the field? What are you feeling?
Well, you're dejected right now. You feel like you just left it all out there. Short week. You spent a lot of time at night getting yourself ready to, get a comfort level with this other team. And right now you're back there and you were this close. And you also know, sometimes just the kicker makes some kicks or doesn't. And, it's one of those things you're going to sit at home tonight thinking about every little play that you could have had. And that's what it comes down to.
And how about for Brady and the Patriots to rebound after the loss on Sunday to come back and improve their record to 3-2?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they came in here and won with, without their best stuff, but their defense played good for a really long stretch. And offensively, Brady, turned it over twice tonight and hadn't thrown a pick all season. And, in this environment, they gave a little bit of life to Tampa early, and Tampa didn't take advantage. And that comes back to, get you at the end of the game. And you just saw the Patriots have a very unique way of staying mentally tough and figuring out how to come out with a W a lot of the time.
What's it like for you, these games that come down to the wire, watching it from here instead of being down on the field?
I mean, it's exciting. You feel like you're a fan, you're a player, you know the feelings of the guys, and you want them to situationally just execute and do it the right way. And you saw a lot of good things by both teams at the end. Belichick didn't let them get the home run early in that, and then he called zone at the end. That was really smart, and Jameis took what they should. You had a chance. One play.
I enjoyed it. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, bud.
Coming up next, after your local news, don't miss The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And he'll welcome Morgan Freeman, followed by The Late Late Show with James Corden. That's tonight, only CBS. the Mazda Postgame Show continues on NFL Network. Patriots take it 19-14 for Tony, Tracy, and Jay and all the crew. Jim Nance saying so long from Tampa. Thank you for watching the Mazda Postgame Show.
The Mazda Postgame Show continues here on NFL Network, and the Patriots get it done with 3 field goals and 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown was Chris Hogan, and he will be stopping by the Mazda Postgame set in just a moment as he's walking up right here. Welcome, Chris. We'll see you in just a bit. And don't forget, coming up right after the Mazda Postgame Show, it is the timeline presented by Land Rover, the Tuck Roll. That is coming up on NFL Network.
The Thursday Night Football post-game show is presented by the Mazda CX-5. Driving matters. And brought to you by Verizon, the best network and the best unlimited.
Get your game day started Sunday at 7 a.m. with NFL Game Day Morning.
Let's talk ball security.
The Cowboys were sent packing by Aaron Rodgers in last year's playoffs.
A sensational catch by Jared Cook.
Dak Prescott explains what Dallas needs to do differently this time around.
When you're playing a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, we've got to be ready from the get-go.
And as the Rams prepare for a first-place showdown with the Seahawks, Todd Gurley goes one-on-one with Marshall Faulk.
The sky's the limit. I definitely think we could be in the playoffs.
NFL Game Day Morning starts Sunday at 7 a.m. Then at 9, it's Rich, Mooch, and Hall of Famers Marshall, Kurt, and Michael taking you right up to kickoff.
It was a close one here in Tampa. Chris Hogan with the lone score for the Patriots as they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 19-14. And now the Patriots are 3-2, and we welcome in Chris Hogan to the Mazda postgame set. And Chris, we heard Tom Brady say on Sunday, it's a short week, say we need to find a way to get to 3-2, and you found a way. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but was this just a grinder?
It was the whole team grinded it out. This was a must-win game for us. We talked about it. It wasn't perfect. It never is. But we found a way. Our defense stepped up. Made some plays on special teams, and we found a way to put points on the board.
I know you called your wife before you came out here. Is she watching?
She might be. She's got my twins at home too, so I woke her up to
tell her, baby, you gotta watch me. Nah, I had 11 catches, 74 yards on the touchdown. You gotta watch me.
She's probably trying to get sleep.
Yeah, it seems as though Tom Brady loves a certain type of receiver, man. Can you further examine that? Because it seems like you, Edelman, Amendola, where do you guys come from? But you seem to get the job done.
Smart guys, tough, resilient, just willing to, put the work in and just work on that trust between that quarterback and receiver. I mean, it's so huge for Tom, any quarterback really to trust you. And, we work on that kind of stuff. And, we're willing to go over the middle, make those catches and, get in there, do the dirty work. So, Jules, Danny, all those guys, Brandon, Phillip, that's the type of guys that we like.
Man, Chris, great team guy and all of that, but let me take me inside the locker room now. Okay, all of you guys are sitting around in the receiving group, and okay, Wes Welcome moves on, and then Julian Edelman comes in. He's the main guy. Now he's out. Are you guys fighting in that room to be the main man for Tom Brady? Are you easing up on Tom like, hey, I'm your guy? Is any of that stuff going on?
Nah, man. It's we got a really good room. And all those guys, Brandon came in. I mean, he's a team guy. He just wants to come in here and win. Rob, Phillip, Danny, all those guys just want to go out there and get wins at the end of the day. It doesn't matter about stats with those guys, which is great. And we're just going to go out here and ball.
When you look at it, no Edelman, Grunk's down. You get 11 targets. I mean, do you feel like I got to make a play in this game? I need to make myself available. I know you guys believe in the next man up, but you get out of here. What is it like?
I mean, when guys go down, guys got to step up. So, that's that's going to create opportunities for other players. And if it was going to be me, if it was going to be anybody else, that mentality of just kind of stepping up and trying to make those plays for the team, that's what I try to do. And I'm going to continue to try to do that every week. And I think all those guys, I mean, Danny had a great game. Brandon made some really big catches. And, that's what this team's about.
You talk about being a team guy. When you guys line up with Tom Brady, with all the different things we hear about, when you guys line up, how many different plays are you out there when he could just say a phrase or two that'll change up the play between run, pass, or pass, or run?
Yeah, I mean, the options are endless, with him. I mean, depending on the game plan and, what the defense is giving us, I mean, if they're showing a lot of different looks, I mean, Tom could, he could check to it. I mean, he's seen it all, and he knows what he wants to get to. So if it's, a run-pass check or a pass-run check, or if it's, trying to beat blitz zero or something like that. So Tom's just always, you got to be alert, and you always got to be looking at Tom because, when it comes down to it, he might just change the play at the last second.
That offense ranked very high in the league. That defense was ranked very low, last low. You know what I'm saying? So have you guys had any conversations going on in the locker room with what's going on the football field?
We're going to do our job as an offense. The defense is going to do their job as a defense. They talked about
that
it.
Funny looking, man, y'all got to come on, man. Y'all ain't having that funny looking.
They went out there and did their thing today. They played well today. They, held them to 14 points, and they played really well. I think they got together. They talked about it. Communication was great. They helped us. I mean, they definitely, we weren't able to finish a lot of drives, so, they had to step up, in the place of that. So, I mean, it was great to see them do that today.
But the defense hears all the stuff that everybody's talking about, right? They hear it. You guys hear it. I know Belichick tries to say move on to the next team, but how can you not hear it?
Yeah, I mean, it's out there, but, you can't listen to the outside noise. You got to just focus on, focus on team, focus on your defense, focus on offense, whatever it is. Block out all that stuff because at the end of the day, it's the guys in the locker room that are going to get it done. And, those guys did it today, and they played really well.
He didn't bite, Mike. He didn't bite. He wasn't going to talk about that defense. He was sticking to his own unit.
He got to go back in that locker room. That's
right. What about this system? I mean, you were in Buffalo, but what about this system just works for you? It fits what you do for an offense.
Moving around. I mean, move guys around. Guys aren't going to be in one spot the whole game. We're gonna create matchups, and Josh does a really good job of that, and Tom does a really good job of that, and really, find the matchups throughout the game, and that's what we're going to go after.
So you came from Buffalo. You're here. You've making plays. I know you're a team guy, but tell us what's your personal goal now that you're on the team, won the Super Bowl, you have all the stuff, have the opportunity to be on a great team, you want to put up good numbers. What's your personal goal that is not excluding or taking away from the team atmosphere that New England presents?
I mean, I started playing this game, I only played a year of college football. I didn't have a lot of football underneath my belt. So for me personally, I'm still learning this game, and I'm blessed to be able to play with Tom Brady and learn the game from him and all those guys that, Julian and Danny and all those guys. So for me, I just want to go out there, and try to step up and create plays, make big plays, continue what I did last year and just help the team win. I mean, all the opportunities that I get, I'm going to try to take advantage of. And I'm going to try, if the ball comes our way, I better catch it.
I'll tell you what his personal goal is. It's to have a 5th consecutive game with a receiving touchdown. You've already had 4, and you are the first New England receiver to do that since Randy Moss in 2007.
Wow.
So congratulations.
Congratulations. That's a good job, man. Give me some of that.
And he wants to get...
Hey, that's an outstanding job, and you did a hell of a job because I also have you as a wideout on my fantasy team.
Chris Hogan, thanks so much for joining the Mazda Postgame set. Continued success.
And he wants to get paid. Let's not forget that.
He got twins to feed.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Call your wife and ask if you did okay.
Right.
No, you want to
Chris
stay
wants
in
to
New England.
Paid.
Yeah. You want to get paid and stay in New England.
No, you can win a couple Super Bowls, then leave New England and get paid.
All right, Chris Hogan, he's got to get home to his twins. We're going to let you get home to your wife and twins and celebrate the win. Thanks so much, Chris Hogan. All right, let's head down to the field where Tracy Wolfson caught up with Devin McCourty after the win.
That's a good job.
Well, I'm here with Devin McCourty, and Devin, Wow, it came down to the wire there. You guys survived, but what can you say about that final play there to keep them out of the end zone?
Just situational football. We've done that so many times against our offense, against joint practices. So guys knew exactly what they wanted to do and what we wanted to do. So Jay Jones made a good play. Hopefully next time he intercepts the ball, though.
You talked to us yesterday about how much time and effort this secondary put in over the last few days to try and get things corrected. What did you see out of your teammates tonight?
We came and fought tonight. You know, the last 2 drives was really where they got the ball moving in a 2-minute situation. But overall, we played exactly how we wanted to play, and that's the goal for this team. We have a game plan. We just need to go execute it on game day, and we did that for the most part. Now we can build off this and try to get better.
So the defense definitely stepped it up tonight, coming in the worst defense in the NFL, but we have to look at what Tom Brady and the offense was able to do. As I said to Chris Hogan, Irv, this was not very pretty whatsoever, but they got the job done, and Tom Brady took a beating getting it done.
Right, we talked about it earlier. This team was last in sacks. I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but you put them in this atmosphere on this Thursday night, and they rushed the passer. Tom Brady, they were in the kitchen all day long, but he still made the plays. Missed some throws early, but came back later on, and he was spot on, hitting everybody, Marshall, running around on this field.
I love what Tom Brady does. He is going to win by any means necessary. And if that's running the football, throwing it deep, throwing it to the backs. Today, it was something I had not seen him do since one of those games against the Baltimore. He took a beating today. He ate some balls, took some shots, but he understood his team needed him to do that today, and he helped get the win in the big way.
Yeah, he said we had to find a way to get to 3-2, and here they are now going in to New York to take on the Jets. And Dion, let's talk about what Tampa Bay did. It seems as if you guys were in consensus that it wasn't so much the Pats' adjustments on the short week on defense, but necessarily it was Tampa Bay's inability to adjust on offense.
Their inability, but I'm going to be positive right now. At the end of the night, Doug Martin gave them a nice balance. The guy had 13 rushes, 74 yards, average almost 6 yards a carry, and Jameis Winston protected the ball. He didn't throw a pick tonight, and he put the ball up 46 times against this defense. Not a great defense, but he didn't turn the ball over. That's promise. And they got Deshaun Jackson involved. He went over 100 yards tonight. If you could consistently do that, feed Doug Martin a little more, Winston protect the ball, Mike Evans going to do what Mike Evans does because he's a dog. And you got Deshaun, and this tight end comes out of nowhere. He's balling.
And if you'd have hit him on that long ball, he'd have had 160, 70 yards to Deshaun with him.
I like what they showed me tonight as offense.
Well, they showed you some good things, but in the first half, they had 6 possessions.
Right.
4 of them were punts, 1 was a missed field goal, and 1 was a touchdown. You cannot allow your offense to sputter down in the first half like that and give away. The first drive, they get a pick. On defense, they get the ball, punt. They left points on the field, and at the end of the day, with 3 seconds left, they could have used probably about 9 of those points, and the game would have been over.
All right, so the Patriots.
Nick Folk, we're trying not to blame you. Sorry, Nick.
You just talked about Nick Folk when they just
let me tell you something. My flight leaves to Charlotte in the morning. He may be on that flight going to Charlotte, connecting somewhere else, because it won't be here in Tampa.
Didn't we bring a kicker here with the network?
Yeah, I think he. Jay may be foam rolling right now.
They're kicking behind us right now.
Jay's available, by the way.
Jay may be foam rolling right now to go for the workout.
Philly is putting on some shorts and some cleats right now.
Jay is certainly available.
Hey, Jay, go get that money,
man. All right, so it was an exciting Thursday night matchup here in Tampa. We're looking forward to Charlotte, North Carolina, as next Thursday we will see you as the Eagles will be taking on the Panthers, and it has been a long 24 hours for Cam Newton, who today issued an apology for the events that happened over the past day.
And to the young people who see this, I hope that you learn something from this as well. Don't be like me, be better than me.
Tomorrow, Emmitt Smith is live in studio to discuss the Cowboys and more, plus a complete preview of all the Week 5 action.
This is a turning point for this team. Touchdown, Carolina Panthers.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
It's two of the game's most electrifying quarterbacks.
Let's go!
Carson Wentz and the Eagles take on Cam Newton and the Panthers. Thursday Night Football. When it's on, it's on. Next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network, CBS, and streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
After Thursday Night Football post-game, it's the timeline, the tuck rule. It was the call that kicked off a dynasty. Thursday Night Football post-game immediately after. But until then, we are the Total Access Endgame crew. I'm Cole Wright. There's David Carr, DeMarcus Ware, and Willie McGinnis. Yep. Guys, you ready to take a look at some Thursday Night Football highlights?
Let's do it.
Yes. New England Patriots, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's do the deed, shall we? Because things were getting busy. You see that guy right there? Tom Brady with the win, ties Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. Most regular season wins in league history. And Tom to Chris Hogan. That's what you call pay dirt, fellas. 5-yard touchdown pass, making it happen.
Nice and simple.
Simple curl route, right?
Yeah, that was it. That's all it was.
Mr. Kraft, blue shirt, white collar, surprise, surprise. Fourth quarter now, Buccaneers ball, trailing 16-7. Jameis Winston to Cameron Brate.
Nice throw. Yeah, it was.
Brate, third receiving touchdown this season. He's a smart one. He went to Harvard for his undergrad studies. Next Bucs possession, and they were down a 5 spot. Jameis Winston.
Knock it down. Jonathan Jones, knock it down.
Wasting too much time.
Not going to do it. Buccaneers, they fall in this one 19-14. And how did the Patriots get the win? Well, if you look at where it says tonight, well, that's their defense, because points per game, just 14 as compared to weeks 1 through 4, 32, and total yards per game. You see that right there? Seems to be an absolute hornet's nest. So, guys, it appears as if those New England Patriots have fixed their defensive woes. Willie, what do you say? Is everything all right, at least for the time being?
For the time being, but I don't think it's fixed. I think we saw a lot of improvement tonight. Better coverage, one-on-one, better execution, getting off the field, not giving up big plays in the passing game. But we did see Winston make some big throws and miss some big throws and still get out of the pocket. So they still got some work to do, but I thought the defense improved a lot.
DeMarcus, they only allowed 14 points, but are they where they need to be?
I just think fundamentally they played a better game from week 1 all the way to week 5, and you can see a whole bunch of improvements. They didn't give up big plays, just like Willie said. And so you can see they played well enough to win games.
Popsicle sticks and athletic tape, but for now, it's seeming to work.
Yeah, well, it did. Okay. He still threw for 334 yards. Mm-hmm. You were better on third down. You got off the field, which situationally they've always been really good there. Right. You know, they had the 1 3rd and 2 late in the game where Deshaun Jackson went for 30, 40 yards. It's 3rd and 2, and you're 12 yards off the guy. So that was
it 12 or 25?
He might have been 25. Off. It seemed like he wasn't even in the picture. So it took forever for him to get there, but it's baby steps. You know, we got the win. Good. So let's move on and get better.
The New England Patriots are looking to repair their defense on Thursday Night Football, and Cam Newton looking to repair his public image after making disparaging comments at a Carolina Panthers beat writer earlier in the week. Here's his apology.
After careful thought, I understand that my word choice was extremely degrading and disrespectful to women. And to be honest, that was not my intentions. And if you are a person who took offense to what I said, I sincerely apologize to you. I've learned a valuable lesson from this. And to the young people who see this, I hope that you learn something from this as well. Don't be like me, be better than me. And to the reporters, to the journalists, to the moms, super moms, to the daughters, the sisters, and the women all around the world, I sincerely apologize and hope that you can find the kindness in your heart to forgive me.
So don't be like Cam, be better than Cam. Guys, David, I'll start with you. What'd you think of his comments?
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, the apology at this point is something that he kind of felt he had to do.
Sure.
Yeah, and like what I tell my kids at home, when you come to apologize, I appreciate the effort, but I don't really care about the apology at this point. I want to see your actions change. And that's what it really is. So, because what you do at the beginning is really who you are. So until those actions change, then I'll change my opinion about you. But I think that Tom Coughlin used to always say, your actions speak so loud I can't hear what you're saying. So just be better.
Better late than never.
I just feel like, and I tell my kids, just like you say, for every action there's a consequence. So you got to think about that. And what you do after that is what's most important.
Yep.
And I just think about it from there and just say, hey, you know, you apologize. It was sincere. Let's move on from there.
It was sincere. Let's move on. But you got to realize, too, all the problems exist at the podium. So you got to do a better job at the podium, whether you're losing a big game at the Super Bowl or you lose a tight game where somebody asks a question you don't like, or whatever it is, your demeanor, how you approach the media, what you say, you got to do a better job because you're a polarizing figure in the league. A lot of kids do look up to you, and you're an influencer in the league. So being a captain, being a leader means you have to do a little bit better and kind of think about some of your answers.
Yeah, we're going to dive a little deeper into that. Plus, we're going to give a complete, comprehensive breakdown of Thursday Night Football. The Patriots squeaking out that victory over those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That and much more coming your way. But first up, it's the Tuck rule. Of course, the timeline. As we said, it was a play that changed the trajectory of an absolute dynasty. Those New England Patriots in the snow, yeah, we know how everything shook out after that. Be sure to join us. TA Endgame, we're breaking down Thursday Night Football after the timeline.
Thank you for watching the Mazda Postgame Show.
The Thursday Night Football Postgame Show is presented by the 3-row Mazda CX-9 and brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Can a car be crafted instead of produced? Designed with attention and care to give a feeling that stays with you. At Mazda, every detail matters because driving matters. The 3-row Mazda CX-9.